watch this episode right now because this is my best day ever. Now watch the fireworks!
What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in one of the last videos, we were working on the S14. We took it to an event and we got into a little bit of an accident with my friend, and basically he spun out in front of me. We made a little bit of contact with the front driver's side of my S14. This car's pretty much been painted since 2016, and I haven't really refreshed it other than, like, I think I resprayed the front bumper and the rear bumper once in between there. But other than that, this car has pretty much looked the same since 2014 or 2013, which is pretty crazy. So there's a couple things I want to address in this video. Is obviously we got to get this thing cleaned up and looking like a car again. One of the first things we need to do is get a bumper back on this thing. So I've actually fixed this bumper about 5 or 6 times. It's been completely ripped apart in multiple areas. From over here, this whole corner was gone. Right here, I think it's been ripped in half in the middle. I think it's been ripped over here. I've brought it back a couple times, and the crazy thing is, this is the original fiberglass bumper that I had on my car when I got it a really freaking long time ago. When we were test fitting some stuff last week, this is a 2F Super Doof kit. We have a little bit of a discrepancy right here. I kind of figure why we're taking the time to do the fiberglass and fix some other stuff and do some painting, I would like to fix a couple other things that have really been bothering me with the car, which is this Duraflex hood. So this hood, it kind of just has a crazy amount of ripple. And then it was so flimsy when I first got it. I went ahead and I sprayed it with like spray foam on the inside of the hinges, so it's actually kind of heavy now. It's just weird. It's like a flat board. Front ends of these cars, they actually like curve down, you know, they go down. Well, this hood is pretty much just straight as a board, and in order to get a good hood line down here where this hood just wasn't sticking up like a bent toenail, I had to raise the rear of it up, which is kind of dual purpose. You know, it helps with like evacuating heat, but technically that's what the vent is for. I have a hood that I got from a buddy that was on his car a long time ago. He got in an accident with it, bent a couple little things on it, so the bottom of this thing is cracked. But this is a full carbon fiber and fiberglass, but it actually has that curve. So if you take a look at it right here, this thing kind of actually has the curve that this thing is supposed to have. So I need to fix these holes right here because this is actually for a custom tube front. They're in the wrong spot for me, so I need to fix those. The whole bottom of it's cracked. So we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of things to do in this video because we are going to be going to the Ascend Festival, which is this weekend, June 27th and 28th. And we're going to have our track pack with us. So we're cleaning up some stuff on the BMW, and we're taking the complete track pack with the F350. So we got a lot of things to do this week, so we're just gonna hop right into fixing this thing. So now we got this new hood on here, or new used hood. My buddy wrecked this car a couple years ago and he literally gave it to me for free. So you can see all of the cracks that are in here kind of go up the side right here. We need to adjust that. So I need to actually fill this hole. And then on the back side of this thing, if you look right here, see that? So that's like completely wiggly. It's cracked right here in a couple little spots. Plan is to go ahead and just like get that all fixed. We'll just do that by like V'ing out the thing and then putting some fiberglass resin, but we'll take you guys through that whole entire process. The next thing I want to do is I want to stick on the other bumper and kind of see how it's going to fit again. A little broken. All right, so we're hard at work over here working on this thing, and you can see the passenger side fender is actually in pretty good shape, but one of the things I'd like to fiberglass as well is right here on the bottom. So over the course of a couple years of me like zip tying this bumper on, I've slowly had to drill like more holes as I go down the line, and that's basically just to hold it in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and build a little flange right here, kind of re-fiberglass all that stuff. Same thing with this fender. This fender, when it got in a wreck, it basically like folded up underneath like that. So now what we'll do is we'll kind of sand out all these cracks, and then we'll come here on the back side of it, and then we'll kind of sand that out, and we'll put a little fiberglass patch with the resin. Kind of same thing up here. It's gonna be a lot of just little stupid fiberglass work, but we're gonna do it. So fenders are off. The front bumper fits on there pretty good now. Also, the bottom of this hood, I think we showed you that previously. It has a bunch of cracks and stuff in it, but I really like the way that this one fits on there a lot better. It's one of those things that most people won't notice, but I'll notice and it'll make a huge difference. But it has a lot of cracks in here as well, and we're gonna go ahead and fill this whole little spot with fiberglass, and then we'll renegotiate wherever we're putting the hood latches. No, I gotta give it a fiberglass. I've been playing around with fiberglass for a little bit, just kind of grinding, cutting, you know, V'ing out all this stuff, sanding it so we have a good surface to adhere to. Got some of the fiberglass mat cut, so this will kind of go right here, bam, bam. Take this little piece right there just to kind of blend it out, do a couple things like that. So I'm actually just gonna stick that on there, put a little bit of glue, and then tape it once it's on. Same thing with right here. So the main thing that we're trying to do is just get, you know, kind of an aggressive tooth, so that way the resin has something good to bite into, and I actually need to sand this area a little bit more. And then actually inside right here, you can see that's where the arrow catch hood pin was. So we went ahead and put a nice tape line on the back of the, or nice tape on the back of that with aluminum tape. We'll fill that with resin, and then we'll shove this guy down in the hole, and then that'll kind of seal up that whole little section right there. I got gloves on, so we'll just like shove our fingers in there. Up here, we'll go ahead and I think I need to put a little bit of tape on that. Some of this stuff, like right here, where there's like a weird flange, I'm gonna leave that not taped, and I'm just gonna shove a little bit of resin in it and kind of open it up, shove the resin in it, kind of clamp it back down, put some tape on the top of it, and then put the fiberglass mat on the back side of it. So this is like the point of the project where I start messing with it. I'm like, man, should have just bought like new fenders, you know, sort of thing. The problem is the time crunch. But I feel like, you know, as far as like maybe the future, I should probably have like extra fenders, extra hood, extra bumper, everything basically painted and like ready to go on. Because, you know, there's a lot of guys in like Formula Drift or whatever, they get in an accident and literally the car looks brand new 30 minutes later because they just swap everything, all the extra pieces on it. Yeah, we're just gonna continue kind of cruising around and messing with that. I'm gonna mix up some resin and start kind of dabbing it in with a brush, and we'll kind of show you that process too. Got all the main areas, everything's real good. Fenders as well, so pretty much just gonna let this stuff sit up overnight. Check back in with you guys tomorrow, and then we'll probably start doing a little bit of body filler and some aesthetic work on the front of it. All right, so it's the next day, messing with the back of this thing, and pretty much that's all you do with fiberglass is you just kind of mess with it. You scuff it up to where it has something good to bite to. You stick a little of the mat on there to like give it some rigidity, and you just hope that it gets hard by the next day, sort of deal. So yeah, everything looks pretty good on here, and now you can see that's kind of my little situation we did right there. So I need to go ahead and actually fill that. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the hood back over. little bit low, which is fine because now we can just go ahead and fill this with some fiberglass filler. We have a couple other cracks and stuff up here on the top, so I'll probably go ahead and kind of sand that out a little bit, put a little bit of resin in there to kind of seal them back up. I feel like the carbon fiber kind of flexed a little bit, cracked the coating on the top. Kind of make a flange so that stuff doesn't stick down. This 3M like all weather, cold weather aluminum tape works really, really good. So obviously we have a couple little drips that kind of came around the back, but we'll go ahead and sand this. Also the fenders were completely torn apart yesterday, and so we have the nice fiberglass everything on the back. So we'll go ahead and sand all this stuff, and then we'll actually put some filler on there to level it out and make it look a little bit more presentable. And I think we're just gonna respray fenders, hood, front bumper, basically the whole front end of this thing. So we have a lot of stuff to do because it is Tuesday and we got to be at the track with this thing on Friday. So we got to try to get this stuff in the booth hopefully tomorrow. Yeah, so I fiberglassed this top piece. I guess my tape didn't hold that well, so it's like bumped up a little bit, so we'll kind of have to feather that down. Gotta sand all this stuff right here, and then I'll hit this with a coat of fiberglass filler, and then we'll sand it all down and then block it. Well, we'll block it, sand, put some filler on it. So we're gonna go ahead. So this thing, I don't know where I'm at. All right, so right here you can see we have a bunch of spider crack. So I'm gonna have to sand this down pretty far, and then we'll actually coat this whole area with a fiberglass filler. We'll block that down after we get it blocked and pretty smooth. We'll probably do like 2 coats. First coat will be like a fiberglass filler. The second one will be like a little smoother filler. And then after that, we'll hit this whole thing with primer, block it out, and then try to paint it. But yeah, the goal is primer tonight because we got a lot of stuff to do. So I got a lot of sanding and filler and a bunch of stuff to do. So keep going. All right guys, so it is the next day and I called in the big dog over here. I texted him last night. I was here messing with the fiberglass and I was gonna do all the resin stuff and it just wasn't getting hard. Sometimes like it's hit or miss. You could either put like too much hardener and that shit gets hard as a rock in like, you know, 15 to 20 minutes. And then other times it just seems like it takes like a couple hours. So it was still pretty tacky and pretty sticky last night on the hood. So Josh got here early this morning. I texted him last night. I was like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow in last minute fashion, right?
Oh yeah.
And he said, well, how last minute are we talking here? I was like, well, I want to have this thing ready by Friday. So he came out this morning and already kind of hammered out a lot of the filler work on the front of the fenders and with the fiberglass. And then now we're just doing kind of a skim coat with the actual body filler, which is a little bit easier to sand, but basically we'll smooth everything out. We'll continue from there. So yeah, I think we should be able to get in primer, hopefully, you know, here soon by the end of the day, and then sand it tomorrow and then paint it. So Josh did an awesome job, but you can see how much filler is actually on here. It's not super thick, but it's just a nice skim coat just to get these things flat and pretty straight again. But yeah, this whole area was pretty trashed right there, as well as some of the stuff on the top. Same thing with this fender. This whole top piece got a nice skim on that, and then we fixed a lot of the stuff on the hood. Even though that this thing was like a carbon fiber hood, it had some low spots here on the edge, and I think this one was due to the crack that was on the back side of it, but everything else looks pretty good. I just need to sand a couple little spots he went ahead and took off for the day. But you could see right here, our corners, we got those all glued on and they're good to go. I pretty much just need to sand these things a little bit more, and then I could stick them in the booth and throw some primer on them. Sean played a sick joke on me right before he left. So I asked him if we need to go film some ads for the track pack giveaway, because that ends. It's probably already done. Anyhow, we had to film some stuff, so I was like, hey, can you finish sanding the thing? Maybe, you know, I just added some filler, so he came over to sand it. He decided to add a little bit of filler, but he didn't put enough hardener in it. And then, so now take a look at this. I come over here, and it's basically the only way to get it off. This is my filler that I did. See how it's blue? That means it has hardener in it. That filler right there, he's been gone for like an hour and it's not getting hard at all. So the only way that I could get it off, a little bit of like lacquer thinner, paint gun cleaner sort of stuff, is you spray it on there scratch it up with this, try to get as much off as you can. And it would eventually get hard because there is hardener in it, but it's just not getting hard enough. I need to get this in the paint booth tonight because we need to paint tomorrow because we have an event the next day, and then here we are, jacking around. All right, so we're gonna teach you guys how to do that, but not do that. How to properly mix some body filler. So I like a little blue, you know, you're supposed to do like 2%, so you kind of figure out what 2% looks like. That looks about like 2%, but what I really like to do is just get it to the point where it's at least has like a blue tint, you know? The whole thing's all the way blue, at least a little bit. And that, I'm a little scared because of previous stuff. So we're just gonna do a little extra, and it's also not 100 degrees anymore. So we'll do this. The biggest thing is just mixing it all consistently. Nice little form. So now it's all got a little blue tint. Should be good to go. Now we gotta move quick. So this little spot right here needs a little. Alright, so now we have all this stuff in the booth, pretty much ready to spray. The front bumper from 2F is honestly in really good shape. We pretty much just sanded it, and we're just gonna stick it straight on. Fenders, obviously, we had to do a lot of work on those, but you know, they're really close now, so pretty much all we need to do is hit them with a coat of sealer to fill in some of the scratches, and then we should be good. Guys, it is the next day. As you can see, the S14. It's getting some new shoes on it so we could go dance. Last night got everything painted in the paint booth, pulled it out, let it sit in the sun, and kind of look a little bit nice. We got a little fisheye right here. You know, I think there might have a little contamination in the rag or something like that. The front bumper is crazy because it's literally straight off of the mold. Like, we didn't even sand it. There's a little seam right here that you could kind of see because we didn't do anything to this thing. Literally, we scuffed it and shot it. So the 2F stuff is really nice. So yeah, this stuff should be good to pretty much throw on any minute now. You know, when it's like 200 degrees like it is right now, it's not good to be touching it because I feel like it's kind of still soft. But if you make it cold again, then it should be good to stick in. So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and assemble the front end of this unit and go from there. Oh, hey, we got everything fitted on the front of the car. It looks really good. And we had a surprise guest show up at my house last night at 1 in the morning.
What's going on? We're back in Colorado. It's hotter than ever, but at least it's dry. It's dry heat. It's not humid.
A nice dry heat. So everything is good with this, other than the fact that I forgot that we need to install new hood pins. Obviously, this hood had hood pins, but but it was on a car that had a custom tube front, so everything just didn't fit correctly. So we went ahead and sealed them up, and then now we're probably gonna have to move them like 2 inches back and an inch over or something like that. So I got everything kind of taped off right here, so that way I don't get fiberglass dust all over everything. We're just gonna start drilling holes and grinding and hoping that this thing works. Because actually, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The event is an hour away, and it starts at 4 when the public rolls in. So, last minute Trevi fashion, here we are ripping. We have this fella. We got the bulldozer. Oh! Ooh. Don't put screws in the side of your thing, because that. Look at that.
John, what are you doing?
That. Yeah.
I'll come and make sure you're all right. You know.
Oh, look at that. Look. Doesn't fit, but the tolerances are very nice. How's everything going over there with you?
I kind of messed up.
What?
I just did some hot shots up and down the road.
You did some pulls, now everything is hot and pissed.
Yeah, I didn't hang on to. And I already have like a scar somewhere from the. I got a Garrett print somewhere on my arm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good spot too. I've got one of those fellas before.
Dude, you're not like really paying attention. I was tightening the heater core line. Worst pain in the world is like when you actually get something hot on you. Hot plate. Hey, where's this stuff? Where's this stuff? Why'd you look at me right after that?
You gotta go outside, but when the fan, when you got his car, he was working on his car, I'm gonna give him the spirits.
Then I wouldn't have my tool. Yeah, you would every time you come there. God damn. Quiz.
He did himself.
What is a 10 in standard?
3/8. Oh, close enough.
Oh, he was quick. He beat you.
Close enough. Oh. How did he just walk me by and not even say anything? It smells terrible. I'm just basking in it and not saying it's making a video. I can smell it over here and it's pointed that way. I don't understand. This is not good. There's no way he's walking through there without smelling that. That smells ridiculous. Yeah, I think he's too proud.
It this way.
Or he thinks it's one of us.
It's not going out. Put them in. There they go. So that way. Yeah. I think they think it's the sewer. So these things are a little bit, so there's a flange, okay, on the back. You can stick this fella, and it sandwiches in between there. Oh my God. You know?
Where's the keys to your feel better. Ask him what to smell. What is that?
Dude, it smells like literal cow manure.
It smells terrible.
I'm like
Where's the
getting,
cows? Are they
I'm
right
getting
there?
sick, bro. Like I can't even. I can't even do it.
It smells terrible.
Yo, dude. Hey, zoom in on this. Zoom in on
I don't think I
this. Wait,
can.
do that again. Do that.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. I was testing.
Oh, I'm gonna bomb for sure.
Is that the water you're getting right now? That's terrible.
I'm sick. Yo, I'm going home.
Oh, that's all y'all.
Oh, you did it?
I just had throttle response.
No, I understand, but like the problem that we had before is like we would have it and then we wouldn't.
Yeah, there is like a relay procedure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go like do some weird stuff and
I
try
just
to
have to
make
turn it on and then just full throttle, off throttle, full throttle, off throttle. That's usually like.
Oh, so it
actual
didn't
cars.
work at first.
You want to drive or you want me to
I'll
drive?
drive.
Yeah.
'Cause I know how to like kind of make it happen.
Oh, I don't know how to drive.
Hey, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
You said it all last night.
Yo. Oh, dude.
God
Oh,
damn.
oh, shit, dude. Yo, it's Eric, dude. It's Eric.
Oh, God! Dust in your eye?
Dust in my eye.
Yeah.
Anything's better than that shit manure, though.
Yeah, that was bad.
Trevor's whole shop smells like sewage.
Poop. Straight up poop.
Literally can't even be in there. I'd rather work outside in the heat. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Chris. Bro, that's disrespectful. Come on.
What is that? No, I don't want that.
And he's got gloves on.
I know.
Well, then you'll get my gloves dirty and then I'll have to restart.
Get my gloves dirty.
That's crazy.
It literally has been. He tapped me in 2017 because.
All right, well, let's just not hit each other. Here, I clean my hand.
Yeah, I mean, if it's an accident, then
Accidents happen.
I just.
Yeah, no, I won't do it on purpose. But
Yeah,
if
like I don't want to go out. Like, if we both had shitty E36s.
we did, and you still yelled at me.
I think this one's a little bit too boogered.
There's still a hole in the zip tie. Zip tie the radiators for or something. Just so it's in there. Hang around.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
is it magnetic?
My energy.
Yeah, the static.
I'm kind of happy. It was a lot of work, but I feel like it probably the best it's looked. You know?
what happens when you run 30 pounds of boost. Every day, all day.
Alright, so we made it out here to the Down to Earth Ascent Festival with the S14. Look at it, it like looks like an actual car. We're getting ready to do a ride along. Been out here since yesterday, so we'll go ahead and throw a little bit of the footage of us drifting last night a little bit, and then some more through today. But yeah, we've just been hanging out, driving a little bit. Rudnick broke a bunch of stuff with his car, so he had to go back to the shop, grab a diff, grab some axles and stuff, and some parts that I had laying around. Looking forward to doing some tandem laps with him later this evening once he gets that thing all fixed. We're just gonna throw you guys on the GoPro and go rip.
Holy shit, that was great.
Alright, so we're out on track, and we're going to be doing a drifting skills battle, which involves trying to do a sick entry into a kind of a longer, like a nice outer zone, smooth, consistent outer zone, clockwise, switch back counterclockwise, around a barrel, around inner clip, outer clip, and then through a tunnel to a wall ride, and then finish out through these S's over here. So it might be a little confusing in what we're doing. This is the first one they've ever done here. So I think we have like 12 or 16 cars out here, which are all kind of more the better driver sort of deal. So I'm curious how it's gonna go. It's hot, it's really hot, but a couple laps, and hopefully we don't punt no freaking barrels with my brand new front end. So we made it to, I guess, the third round, so I think there's only 3 of us left. So I think it was 12 and then 6, and then now the final 3. So it's me, Justin, and Levi. I guess they said the entry is one of the most important parts. So we're gonna go try to lay down a nice thick entry. I think my tires are getting a little low. We don't have much tire left, but the car's feeling good. Got the water sprayers on. Keeping the water sprayers on the whole entire run. There's just so much wheel speed and load on the motor. Not really a lot of load, just no airflow. Because you're not driving, you're just basically doing a big giant smoky burnout. So gonna go, Levi's gonna go, and then Justin, and then me. And they want a sick entry, so I'm gonna give him something.
We're here.
We made it. The top 3.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Spraying on these runs. I'm going to go through our podium here. I'm going to start with 3rd place. In 3rd place, it's actually yourself in that S14. So let's give it up for Trevor.
Maybe they think this is better.
BMW, definitely. All right, I'm going to go straight to our winner. So when I announce the winner, I want you guys to go crazy out there in the stand. Here at Down to Earth X PPIR Ascend, our winner is Justin Chestnut. You were going crazy. It was so nuts because we would be looking at the first half of your run and we're like, yeah, that's a banger. And then it's just question marks. We have no idea what the rest of the run looks like. We know that it was smoky. We know the people down there were going insane. You were lighting off at that wall ride and it was absolutely perfect. We loved your run, man, and I just wanted to say congratulations. You got some Kenda tires to burn off now. Just want to give another big shout out. Can I get the 3 of you guys over here for some photos?
Nice, we got 3rd. What did you guys think? Drift skills battle? Should they do them more? We're over here. This is the car. It made it. I don't think we hit anything. Levi, I don't think hit anything. So we got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Levi looks like it has water sprayers on. Everybody's over here, and then now everybody's going over to the burnout pit. And then I think we're gonna be actually out here driving a little bit more. Rudnick should have his car almost fixed by the time we're done with this. So I'm excited to drive with him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying, I think. Maybe. Oh, God.
Kinder done?
You gotta drop the subframe.
I can't get a drill bit in there to get the broken bolt out.
Hey, was this me?
I don't know. Definitely not. We didn't even drift together. Oh, we did. Dude, I look behind me. You were like 20 feet.
Battery, fuel cell. I don't know.
You don't like that?
I don't think it doesn't look that great, but
It works though.
yeah, you're right.
Best fruit truck here, Salty Cow. Hands down. Hands down.
Wheel, look at that. I think it still has, it's still holding, but look at that. That's got, look at that. it almost looks like that tab for the suspension might be like ripped off. Yeah. Just the alignment definitely looks a little off. It's duped. Alright, so we had a little issue where we backed off track. I forgot what tires were on the truck on the back. They didn't have as much grip, and I basically just sent it a little too hard, went too fast, and kind of almost backed it into the wall. But we hit the curb and it basically chipped the wheel and it bent the suspension in. So if you see it back there, the wheel is kind of like tilted in like that, and then you can see that fella right there. So we messed up the wheel, which sucks. Yeah, that's it. So we're only drifting for like another 20 minutes. I really wanted to drive with Rudnick. They finally got their E36 fixed. But I gave a bunch of people ride-alongs in the giveaway E36. That thing did really good. Had a lot of fun in it. S14 was killing it today. Other than that, I still feel like I have a little PTSD from the last wreck. I feel like when I'm behind people, they're just gonna spin out. I'm gonna run into them. So I need to get over that a little bit. But other than that, everything's been good. We're pretty much just gonna hack away the trailer, load everything up. But appreciate you guys watching this video. Tap the link in the description and join us next year at the Ascend Festival again, because I'm sure they're gonna do it. But see you later.